just to recap, this is where I'm at with my bingo card. And today is the 6th of June. I am about to start my seventh puzzle. And for today, I'm going to do this Castorland called London, and it is intended for the transport square. So this is another puzzle that has been in my collection for quite some time. If I remember correctly, I bought this one secondhand specifically with the Summer Puzzle Olympics in mind because of the landmark in it. Initially, I took this puzzle out for the landmark square, and the transport square had a puzzle set aside with a single red bus. And then I realized that this puzzle has got more methods of transport in it, which fits the transport square better than the one with only the red bus. So I exchanged the two puzzles, and therefore this one is now for the transport square, and the other one will then be used for the landmark square. Regardless of the Puzzle Olympics, this is an absolute beautiful puzzle. It will stay in my collection. I love the brand, I love the image. It was a joy to assemble. Initially, I didn't expect to finish this puzzle in one day. It was a Saturday, or it is a Saturday for assembling this puzzle. And in the end, it took me just over 10 hours, and I managed to finish this puzzle with a couple of breaks in between. I actually managed to finish it in a day, for which I'm very thankful because that means that I did not fall behind schedule with the bingo card, and it's a very, very enjoyable puzzle. What I can tell you right there at the end, there you will see I am missing a piece. I saw when the piece fell. I felt the piece fell. When I looked down and searched for it, I couldn't find it, and I thought, okay, maybe that was just my imagination. I will see if I finish the puzzle if it is missing or not. In the end, it ended up being missing, and I went on a deep search. I looked everywhere for this little piece, and even places where I knew it couldn't possibly be, I looked for it. And this piece is just gone. And I know it was on my table. I saw it, and I saw it fall, and it's just missing. So, how, if anybody can explain to me, how does that happen? I've got a carpet underneath me, so it's not like this little piece can bounce and move itself to the furthest corner of the room. But it happened. Luckily for the Puzzle Olympics, one missing piece is the bare minimum. I could have missed 15 pieces on this puzzle and it would still have been acceptable. So one piece is really not that big a problem. It would have been nice if it was complete, but luckily a missing piece don't bother me too much. I just hope with the next spring cleaning of the room, the puzzle piece will come out. I do know what it should look like, so if I do come across it, I will just put it back in the box. But yeah, that is my puzzle for the transport square, and a really enjoyable build, beautiful image. So we made it till Sunday, the 7th of June, and I'm about to start puzzle number 8 for the bingo card. The puzzle I am going to do today is this one called Cape Town View by RGS. And because I managed to do the 1,500 piece yesterday in a day, I am technically still ahead of schedule. So hopefully I can do this one today as well. Did I say for which square this one was intended? I don't think so. So this one is for the water or sky square. And in this case, it is perfect because there is both a beautiful sky and some water. The water is just somehow in the shadow, so it's not as clear and visible, but there is definitely some water in this beautiful image. This puzzle I got as a gift from friends of mine. They borrowed some puzzles for the December holiday and they ran out of puzzles. They misjudged how fast they will go through the ones that they borrowed from me. So they went out and bought this one, and when they came back, they were just like, as a thank you for borrowing us some puzzles, you can have this one. They won't reassemble it, but they did enjoy it for their holiday. So it was absolutely perfect. The reason this one was acceptable for the opening ceremonies was because of Table Mountain, which is my country's probably most famous landmark. And it was perfect for the square. If the water not as visible, then definitely for the beautiful sky that shows there above the mountain. I'm very happy I managed to finish this one in one day, so I am still on schedule and ready to proceed with the next one. So it is Monday, the 8th of June. I'm about to start puzzle number 9. It is late in the afternoon. I'm back to a normal work schedule, so I only have a couple of hours to puzzle tonight. So I just want to get a head start on this puzzle, and then hopefully I can finish it tomorrow evening. But this is the puzzle I chose for the landmarks. So this is the one that I initially said was set aside for the transport square, but in the end I changed my mind and I'm using this one for landmark because the other one, of course, has got more transport methods in it, and I'm very happy with my choice. This puzzle has been in my collection for a couple of years now. I got this before the Summer Puzzle Olympics was a thing, and from the beginning of the Puzzle Olympics, since I started, I knew this puzzle is perfect and it fit the opening ceremonies for the Summer Puzzle Olympics. But I shied away from this puzzle because it looks like a very tricky image to puzzle. You will see it was easy enough to get all the wordings out. There was a couple of stamps that was easy to put together, and then obviously the reds, the telephone booth and the bus. But as I got closer to the end, it was black, gray, and white pieces remaining, and I knew this is going to take me some time to assemble. But I am, as always, determined to finish the challenging puzzles, and we'll see how far I get. So it is the 9th of June, it's Tuesday. I am still busy with puzzle number 9. I will see how far I get tonight with this one. If I don't finish it, it won't be a train smash. It is black, white, grey pieces remaining, so I assume this might take me a while. It will be a tricky one, but let's see how far I get. Starting this evening, I knew I wouldn't finish the puzzle. I am not nearly halfway yet, and I don't have a lot of time this evening. So I would have been happy just to make some progress, and if I can finish it over a total of 3 days, I would have been happy. I knew that the possibility is there that I will probably fall behind with one day if I take one day to one puzzle ratio. But since the 2 and 300 piece puzzle round is supposed to start in a couple of days, I believe I will make up the time that I'm losing with this puzzle in next week. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm just very excited to actually finish this puzzle. So it is day 10, the 10th of June, and it is Wednesday. I am still struggling with this beast of a puzzle, but there isn't much pieces left, so I should be able to finish this tonight, which is perfectly in time for me to start with the 2 and 300 piece puzzles, which round starts tomorrow, the 11th of June. So my mission for today is just to finish this puzzle up. So let's see how far I get. So as with any other puzzle, if you look at the pieces long enough, eventually enough detail becomes visible that you start to make sense of the pieces. So in the end, it became clear which pieces go where. Some areas were lighter than others. Some had lines that others didn't have. There was some blank pieces. So with a little bit of head scratching, I did manage to make sense of this puzzle. I finished it in just over 6 hours, if I'm not mistaken, for which I'm actually very proud. I thought it would take me longer than 6 hours to complete. In the end, as tricky as it was, it's an absolute beautiful puzzle and perfect for the Summer Puzzle Olympics. So with this one finally finished, I am up to 9 squares. I did not yet manage to complete a row, but within the next week, I should be able to complete at least 1 or 2 rows. There's now 2 rows that I just need 1 square per row to complete that row. So I think next week will be the time for the lines to start fill up. I'm very excited. I'm still on track. I'm very happy with my progress. So for now, I'm going to cut this video here. Tomorrow, I will start with the 2 and 300 piece puzzles. You guys will only see that in next week. And I think that's where the fun will start with filling up the bingo card. So, as always, I just want to say I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next.